N. Online R methods. Supervised learning. Classification. Method. Decision trees. Description. A tree-like model of decisions and their possible consequences. Method. Random forests. Description. An ensemble of decision trees to improve classification performance. Method. Gradient boosting machines. Description. A method that builds an additive model in a forward stage-wise manner. Method. Support vector machines with nonlinear kernels. Description. SVM with kernels such as RBF that allow for nonlinear decision boundaries. Method. Neural networks. Description. A model inspired by the human brain, capable of capturing complex patterns. Regression. Method. Polynomial regression. Description. Regression model where the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable is modeled as a nth-degree polynomial. Method. Decision trees. Description. A tree-like model used for predicting a continuous target variable. Method. Random forests. Description. An ensemble of decision trees to improve regression performance. Method. Gradient boosting machines. Description. A method that builds an additive model in a forward stage-wise manner. Method. Support vector regression with nonlinear kernels. Description. SVR with kernels such as RBF that allow for nonlinear decision boundaries. Method. Neural networks. Description. A model inspired by the human brain, capable of capturing complex patterns. Unsupervised learning. Clustering. Method. K-means with kernel trick. Description. A variant of K-means that uses a kernel to allow nonlinear cluster boundaries. Method. DBSCAN. Description. Density-based spatial clustering of applications with noise. A method for finding arbitrarily shaped clusters. Method. Gaussian mixture models. Description. A probabilistic model that assumes data points are generated from a mixture of several Gaussian distributions. Method. Hierarchical clustering. Description. A method that builds a hierarchy of clusters using a bottom-up or top-down approach. Method. Self-organizing maps. Description. A type of neural network that is trained using unsupervised learning to produce a low-dimensional representation of the data. Dimensionality reduction. Method. Kernel PCA. Description. Principal component analysis that uses kernel methods to perform nonlinear dimensionality reduction. Method. T-SNE. Description. T-distributed stochastic neighbor embedding. A method for visualizing high-dimensional data by reducing it to 2 or 3 dimensions. Method. Autoencoders. Description. Neural networks used for learning efficient codings of input data. Reinforcement learning. Methods. Method. Deep Q-learning. Description. Combines Q-learning with deep neural networks to handle high-dimensional state spaces. Method. Policy gradient methods. Description. Directly optimizes the policy by gradient ascent on expected reward. Method. Actor-critic methods. Description. Combines policy-based and value-based methods to reduce variance and bias. Method. Proximal policy optimization (PPO). Description. A type of policy gradient method that is easier to tune and has better performance. Neural networks. Architectures. Method. Convolutional neural networks (CNNs). Description. Primarily used for image data. Capturing spatial hierarchies. Method. Recurrent neural networks (RNNs). Description. Primarily used for sequential data. Capturing temporal dependencies. Method. Long short-term memory networks (LSTMs). Description. A type of RNN that can learn long-term dependencies. Method. Generative adversarial networks GANs. Description. Consist of two networks, a generator and a discriminator, that compete with each other. Method. Transformer networks. Description. Uses self-attention mechanisms, primarily used for natural language processing tasks.